Welcome to the trophy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Hopefully my internet here works out. If not, it's okay. We'll figure this thing out. Okay, y'all. I did all of my housekeeping. I tried to do it before we started. Kind of an epic fail because I couldn't face something I didn't need to couldn't face, but it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's big. Um, I'm missing just one thing, which is doing that. All right. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Hope this is better. If it is, let me know. If it isn't, I'm gonna be sad. Oh, it's not looking like it's any better. I don't know what to tell you. That's unfortunate. The internet here is not the best, apparently. But if I'm still freezing up, let me know. This might be just a conversation between whoever comes on the live because my video quality does not look very quality-esque. So it is what it is. It's gonna be what's gonna be. Better for now. Thank you, Cedric. I think it is. Let me start, Cedric. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, we're talking. I was about to say married with children, but that's not what we're talking. We're talking about a married person being friends with a single person. Welcome. Oh, thought you were looking. I don't know if it's
Ooh,
my
this
internet
sliding.
that's causing everyone to freeze up. Oh no. I'm gonna move you for now. Okay. Okay. Oh no, this is not good. I am okay.
It's
You
not
just
frozen
frozen
on
up.
my end.
You said I'm not.
No.
Okay, maybe it's just I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I just keep it moving like everything is everything and go from there. Okay.
I
So
look,
we're talking,
this
like I said,
lighting is horrible.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm talking about lighting. It's a lot going on.
Okay, we're talking married people having single friends. If you want to join, per usual, you know that there is a link that you can click to join. If you got something to say it. We ready. We ready on this topic. Um, this is gonna be interesting. The anyway, if I get frozen, just let me be frozen, and hopefully I'm frozen in the cute pose. It goes from there. How's your evening going? We besties.
It's going.
Good. Okay. Okay. How's your week? How's your week? I'm trying to, roll up to it.
It's been a busy week for me. But it's been a good week though. How about your
Um,
week?
my week's been, it's been a week.
Yeah.
I so wish I had better internet right now, but I am stuck in a hotel because, anyway, my week's been good. It's been a week. I don't know who this is. It's not showing up, but I'm gonna add them anyway. Um,
It's not showing
it's been a
up.
week.
It's the best. It's my bestie.
Oh, welcome.
Oh, we lost you.
Oh, hey, how's your day? How's your week?
Week is good. Celebrated graduate today, and
This
super duper
lighting is
stoked.
off.
Yeah, y'all got your good lighting on and all that good stuff.
My lighting looks crazy.
Yeah. Well,
But
also,
anyway,
oh, yeah. Let's rock with it.
right. So the topic is married. So okay, it's can married people have single friends? I think that's the topic, right?
Right.
Why do you say mixed feelings?
I think that I I think it's situational. I don't think it's general. I think it's situational. Um, yeah. So that's why I'm mixed about it. I don't know. I do agree that that may be true of some things sometimes, but I don't know if it could be a blanket statement that it's true all the time. So I'm kind of mixed about it.
Okay.
We besties. What is that? What does that mean? I'm listening.
I put we besties because no matter what I do in life, I'm not letting go of my best friend Gerard.
Hello,
So
hello.
if
I,
you single or not, we rocking.
I agree. The same thing with my best friend Ash. That's just it. They know it though. The people know it. And by the people, I mean the people.
Oh, our host is back.
I hope our fear.
Hopefully, for if I get kicked out again, just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be watching and commenting. Okay. So I will need if one of you can possibly be on comments because I think I'm gonna have to close out some stuff just to just to
I
live,
cannot.
just
I'm on
to
my
be
phone, so
sane.
I don't have a way to look at the comments.
Don't
I
worry about it. If I can't see your name, I just can't see your name. If you want me to be able to know who you are, if you want me to be able to see your displayed name, you might have to go to our
times, but I don't know if it
um
be a blanket.
if I can't see your name, I just who you are. If you want me to be able to see your displayed name, I'm sorry, I'm gonna close that out. There we go. Okay, just go to YouTube and whatever, whatnot. Okay, so yes, I'm sorry. I missed the reason he said mixed feelings about it. What was the reason? And thank you, Ed, for taking over. We're besties. So what was the reason for mixed feelings?
I think that it's situational. I think that it is the it depends on the person. There's some married friends that married people shouldn't be friends with. It,
Hello.
if your friend is in a not necessarily a marriage is on its way to ending, because some people are just in toxic marriages and they don't have any plans to divorce. But every time you're talking and they're talking about their wife is and this that can literally sour you worse than a single friend because a single friend may be hopeful. A single friend
That's good.
may be hopeful about marriage. A married friend who's been in a
Hmm.
marriage 5, 6, 7 years, that friend could be more damaging than a single friend.
That's good.
And I was gonna get to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But yeah, that is true. That I dig that. So under certain circumstances, you feel like your partner's friends can be single.
Absolutely.
I feel
Let's
that
talk.
way.
The relationship is good. Like everything is great in a relationship.
Yeah, I feel like you can have single
I'm sorry. What
friends.
now?
It's I feel like he can have single friends, especially if she predates me. I do not feel like you should be taking on new single female friends, but your male friends for sure. Like, cause you meet guys meet new friends all the time in different spaces. We play basketball together. We go to the gym together. We work together. Whatever. So you're acquiring new friends. But when it comes strictly to female friends, she has to predate me and We need to know what that relationship looked like prior to us getting together.
I think that's such a woman answer because I think would feel like most men I think would feel
Thank
like
you.
Who put that?
Brandy did it
No
because
clue who this is. No clue who this is. I will spell my name correctly. Calm down. No clue who this is, but thank you.
let me go to Facebook
Well,
because I
let me get
Oh,
closer because you didn't say Ashley. Can you see me?
oh, what up, D?
No, I'm just. Hey!
What up, D?
Hi.
well
So,
doctor
Hi,
so how
Jay.
is that a female answer though?
I because
How is that a female answer?
I think men would say you can't have any old friends. I think men are more threatened by older friends than newer ones. I think that women to say,
Okay.
yeah, I think for me, um, a new friend that you meet and I'm a part of that, I'm not worried about. It's that old friend that y'all got friendly one night, and even though it was only one night y'all got friendly, I think that I think a lot of Brand. I love the fact that you're frozen like that, but I think a lot of people, men, would have a problem with older friends. Single guys are a threat to everyone. That is 1,000% true. And the reason that is true is because I'm going to tell a secret that men don't want you to know. Every man has potential to become intimate with every friend, even his regular friend. Women are not wired like that. Men are. It is 1,000% a truth. If he's single and he's your friend, there's a possibility that if you open the door, he may not harass you, he may not push, he may be okay in the friend zone. But if you ever open up the side door to friend with benefit zone, that joker gonna do a cartwheel in it.
I don't know about that. I feel like
I,
I don't know about that. I
I
You
get it. I
ask.
can see how that happened. I don't get it, but I can see that logic because that's how men think. Because y'all you can't be friends with you can't be friends with an ex because they assume that you're still doing something.
You are.
Now, if
you're
you're
not.
not, you are not. And if you meet someone new, and this is where my thing comes in, I can be your friend. I feel like I can be friends. You can have married friends. As a single woman, I feel like I can have male married friends. But my thing is, I need to meet your wife. I need her to know that we're friends. I need to make sure that she knows that I don't want you and that I'm not this secret. Because if I can't meet your wife, then you have me as a secret, which means you are assuming that we're gonna do something later at some point.
I agree with that.
Um,
If she put her booty on me or rubber,
Who put that?
I don't know. You have to type your name with your comment because I can't see it, y'all.
that's
Let me
funny.
see if my laptop can
so
hear. Cause
And
I
no
need to
married
turn.
woman is going to allow her husband to have female friends not in this lifetime. We
Wow,
got to agree.
they're 40. I want. Can you hear me, Brandy?
I can.
There are 49 comments on this live, and hold on one moment.
I think based on what Jay just said, or mixed feelings just said, a female can't let her man have a female friend, because if
Right.
every guy who has a female friend think, oh well, I'm a cartwheel in that. Now it's like, well, you don't need no friends because you gonna cartwheel in that. So I caution anybody that's messing with mixed feelings to let him have female friends because he doing cartwheels.
No, no, wait. I missed the first part. Which Darian McGee or Darian somebody said you're gorgeous and said if you rub your feet or booty on me, it's over. What did you say? We besties.
I
Okay.
said based on what you're saying, because you saying you're a cartwheel in the door with any of your friends. Oh, we friends. Hey, no.
Shut your
I
mouth.
feel like I feel like whoever dating you can't let you have no female friends.
Okay, so let's be honest.
most
Uh, go ahead, doctor.
most men that I've spoken to tell me all the time that men and women cannot be friends
Agreed. That's true.
because most men are waiting, especially when a man is friends with a woman, he is just waiting for the next shoe to drop or waiting for the opportunity to jump in. Most men, even men that I've dated, men that I was friends with, say that men and women cannot be friends because they are usually waiting.
Let me say this: if you're
I want to grab
married,
my
though,
laptop.
I was speaking as the single guy who's friends with a woman. I wasn't
Okay.
saying, I wasn't saying, doctor, because I don't know what you, doctor. I wasn't saying that a married person it would cartwheel through that door as well. But your single friend who's friends with you, I do believe that there is something about men who, even if Jamie Foxx's first child is from his best friend and he claims they never were in a relationship. I'm just saying, I think that could happen.
Okay, but then it's like, why did you? What did you get that from? Like, are you really actually trying to be friends with this person, or are you actually trying to have it on the rebound too, like on the side too?
Ah,
I don't think that you're like person.
we have no clue what you're saying, Brandy.
None.
Yep, still don't have it. Sounds like a trumpet's being played every 3 seconds. Why don't you try typing your comment in, Brandy, until we can get your audio back? Go ahead, Ashley. You're up to moderate.
No, I feel like as far as I'm concerned, I feel like I can be friends with a male, even if I've messed with him at some point. I feel like it's not. I think that I have limitations. We're not together for a reason. Look at you. What you shaking your head for? What you shaking your head for? I was.
Um, this is my take on it. Because so my previous statement was based on what I've heard from other men. My take is you can be friends with somebody who you have no attraction to. Your ability to be friends with another person depends on how attracted you that the person is to you or the
That's a good answer,
person
doctor.
because I can have some homeboys who are fugly and I would never talk to them, but they are
Why they
just
gotta be
friends.
ugly? Why they can't be handsome,
Why they
but you're
gotta
just
be
not
fugly?
attracted to them? Right,
Whatever the
right.
case is, I was painting a
Oh,
picture,
sorry.
but it the person
Some,
has much of a chance as you are attracted to them.
but not only that, I think what we're missing is not even the what you could handle. If your single friend has the potential to be attracted to you and to flirt with you, even if you are rebuffing his his advances,
Advances. Hmm.
even if you're rebuffing his advances, me as your man, I don't want you in that situation. He can't be
Exactly.
your friend. He can't
Exactly.
be your friend. No. So for me, that's why no old friends. If we're together, you're not friends with him. You're not hanging out with him. You're not talking. I'm not saying that if you post something, he can't comment. Hey, good seeing you. But if y'all are texting, inboxing, calling, and all those things, that's a no go for me and my wife. That's a absolutely no go.
But isn't that
When it
what?
comes,
But you said no friends, no old friends. I apologize.
Are?
You said you you specified no old friends. So what if she starts a new job and suddenly she's friends with this coworker who's now claiming to be her work husband?
okay, what? So we don't do work husband in my house because that's a good way to get a home whooping. But, um,
Oh, what?
but but work 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 husband get you a home whooping. But I think with new friends, this is the difference. With a new friend or a work friend, if you get to the point where this person's becoming your friend, you're buying him or he's buying you lunch, or you're buying her lunch, or whatever. That person in this marriage becomes our friend. Like Brandy said, even if you talk to the friend more than I do, it becomes our friend. That person needs to build a relationship with me enough to where they're vested in me not to sleep with my wife. And if they can't do that,
Right.
that person is not our friend.
Well,
Doctor, do you have on headphones or something? Because you're coming through real clear.
no, I don't have on any
Yeah, your
headphones.
audio is amazing.
Oh, thank you. I know some
So wait
women
a minute.
who will smile in other women's faces
Oh God. Oh God.
and will be boinking their husbands.
Boink, not boinking, Lord. Lord, not, let me get in the light. Not boinking, Jesus.
So,
Wait,
and they'll be friends with both of them, but better friends with the husband.
My God in heaven tonight.
And then he's smiling in the wife's face.
My God in heaven tonight.
can y'all
Am
hear
I
me?
lying?
Am
I
I
can
able
hear
to
you,
be heard?
Brandy.
Oh, finally. Am I frozen? But am I frozen in a cute way?
You are frozen. Well, you're coming in and out.
Okay. So this is the stressful. Um, this comment. Read that real quick.
You want me to read it?
I mean, you can read it for yourselves if you want to. You can read it out loud. Sure.
Okay. Facebook user says, "Listen, I'm going to be real. No one that's married can have friends and not be friendly with them because when things are going bad at home, they going to talk to the bestie, a real man to step up to the plate and get the cookie because she's going to she's vulnerable because she's vulnerable." Okay. I get that.
Okay. So my question is, first of all, why are women only vulnerable? Men aren't vulnerable. Men can't be seduced.
I didn't
Men
say
can't
that.
be
No, I just
especially
used a
women.
woman. I used a woman's example, but the same thing happens with men.
Right. But I'm talking about that comment. Like
Oh, that one
women
I just read.
can be vulnerable too. So
Yeah,
let's not go crazy.
but but I think, and I want to say this, even when it's not the opposite sex, because I went to a church one time and they taught that if you're married, you can't have a man can't have single male friends. That he can't even have single male friends, and they taught it under the way, if you're married and you're committing to this marriage, your friends living a single life, the way he talks, the way he moves, the way he interacts with the waitress at the restaurant, all those things are different, and those things, his actions are more plausible, or more probable to pull you into the single lifestyle. So I think it's a matter of who's good and bad for your marriage, whether it's male or female.
And
Um,
that's why I feel like you should know who the friends are. Y'all should actually have like sit down conversations. Like this chick should know who I am, just like my dude should know who my male friends are. But then
but let me
also
ask,
it ties into, go ahead.
I was going to ask you this: what happens though if I'm a friend? I'm your work friend,
Mm-hmm.
right, Brandy? Me and you are work friends. You got a husband, right? And we laughing and playing. You saying, "Man, we're having a friendsgiving this weekend at my house. You should swing by. I introduce you. You introduce me to your husband. He's not that interesting. I pick up that he would not be a friend. I would never call or text him. We're not watching the game together. What if I don't want to be his friend?
I didn't say you had to be friends. I said y'all have to know each other. I don't think we should all have. I don't think everybody should have the same friends. Like you should have your own friends. If we had no, you have your own friends, but I need to be able to trust these friends. Then you need to get rid of that friend.
What happens when I become divorced? I am married and I'm not your single friend. I'm a married friend. What? Because watch this. You could have a friend at work that is married and is your work friend, but what happens when they become divorced? Does my friendship end because their marriage did?
Wow, that's good.
Wait, say that again. I missed something.
What happens if I'm your friend at work, Brandy? I'm married,
You
you're married.
don't have to yell at me. I just missed what you said. Go
No, I'm
ahead.
sorry. I didn't think I was yet. Doctor, stop smiling. I didn't think I was yelling. But what I was saying was, what happens? I'm married, you're married, we're work friends, everything is copacetic. We've been working together 2 or 3 years. I get divorced. Your spouse, husband finds out I'm divorced. He has a problem with you being my friend because now I'm single. Do you just cut my friendship? We've never had anything inappropriate happen because I went to a church and that was a rule of theirs too. And literally, people in that church literally, people in that church felt like when they were divorced, they were voted off the island because it was a church that was very strong on marriage. The biggest conference we had each year was a marriage conference. And literally, if you divorced, they dropped you like a hot potato. You and your wife were on an island overnight.
That's stupid.
No, I don't think that friendship should end just because they're single now. Because my theory is if we were gonna sleep together, we was gonna sleep together whether we married or not.
Yeah, I don't know about that though.
I do. But like, where's the trust in these relationships? You know what I'm saying?
you said you said I do.
I do. And then it also depends on the communication within a relationship.
Ashley, you were saying something before you started getting your technical stuff together.
So she can
Yeah,
sit
my
down.
I don't know.
Like, okay, for me, example, I recently started being friends with. Okay, so I've known him, I guess, for a couple of years. We've met a few times, whatever the case may be. Um, recently, I guess linked up. Well, not linked up, but recently met again at an event. Right. Very
Uh-huh.
quick to tell me he's married. Very quick. He's married. Me, I'm like, darn. But okay, you're married. So we know our limits, we know our limitations. Cool. Since I am new to his life, do I what would your suggestions be for me? Just with that information alone, no other deeper information, just go with that. Don't say some information isn't included, just go with that.
Wait a minute, I missed something.
Who put that?
I don't know. I can't
They
see
they've been bashing
anything.
they've been bashing you since your camera been off. That's the second or third time you've been mentioned by name here tonight.
That's
Oh, let
McGee.
me see
That's
the other one.
McGee.
So Darian.
Darian. Darian, why are
Okay.
you going back in time?
Don't worry about it. What no don't what is your advice to me?
I said
What
you
when you
was initially attracted to him, and your thought was, "Dang, he married, and he's a new
Wait.
friend." I don't think you should concede a friendship
Let
because
me
you
add
don't,
this.
you
Let me
don't,
add this. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll leave that. Go.
no, because you don't know him well enough to feel like, oh, I gotta stay friends with him. We have this history, and he adds this value to my life. So I feel like if your initial thought was we gonna get together, and then you found out he was married, then I don't think y'all should be friends. But I really feel like you need to pop on Darian. Let's see your face.
Okay. I told him that earlier. Okay. Mixed feelings or what type of friend?
I, I give me the scenario one more time, Brenda. I missed something, obviously.
Met a guy, known him for a couple of years, met at a couple of events, exchange numbers. We have like a community in common, like certain social groups in common. So we
Mm-hmm.
exchange numbers, cool, whatever the case may be, boobity bop. He's cute, not gonna lie, good looking dude. Yes, he is. And to add to that, I'm not thinking, ooh, I'm gonna get with this dude because that's just not I don't operate like that quick, fast, and in a hurry. But so it's okay. So he tells me very quickly, I'm like, I doubt it. But I want to add, I wasn't thinking, gosh darn it, because I was like, oh, he's gonna be my next boyfriend. I was like, golly, can I be single for no, legit. Um, because that was the case, I would have said some, I would have flirted a long time ago. So do I walk away from that friendship? Is it cool to maintain that? Because I'm new. Like you said, you can't have old friends, but you can have new ones.
I think if I were the guy and I had friends with you, and you found out I was married after a couple years, or am I just getting married?
Wait, what?
I'm saying, how you saying we were friends, we had a common community, and I got married, or you just found out I was married?
She just
No,
met the guy. She just
I
met
did.
him.
I didn't. The scenario didn't just meet him.
Oh.
I've
Right.
met him before, but
Gotcha.
we were like in conversation, like, oh, so what's going on in your life? How many kids you have? Are you married? Are you da 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 da? It was just like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, see you next time. And
I,
then recently, you'd be like, okay, let's change numbers. We need to get some events going. Let me know what's going on in the community so that I can attend them. Da 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 da. So that's how that went. And he told me he was married.
Okay.
so
So,
Fix
go
your
oh,
ahead.
go
face,
ahead.
you
No,
besties.
go
Fix
ahead.
your
Go ahead.
face.
Go
So,
ahead.
I feel like this. Just like when you're walking in the mall and you see a friend that you know, and they say, "Hey," and you say, "Hey, how you doing?" And your wife is standing there. I I I feel like in the next 3 to 5 seconds, your next statement should be, "Oh, this is my wife." If you're texting and talking to somebody, men have a way of letting you know they're married, even if it's through casual text. They'll throw their wife up, especially ones that are afraid of their wives. They'll throw her up immediately. Um, uh-oh. Dr. Jackson sound like Latoya. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Come on. Anyway, so so with all that you're saying,
I'm saying he should. That's his responsibility to let you know that sooner. You should let someone, the opposite sex, know before they get a chance to catch feelings that you're married. That's how I feel.
okay, in my scenario, he let me know immediately.
Well, if he let you know immediately, but you've already you didn't think he was gonna be your boyfriend, but you were attracted to him, is what you're saying.
He's attractive, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think that's up to you. Just never tell him. If you don't plan on acting on it, just never say anything about it. I don't think you have to leave the friendship alone. I don't think you
Okay.
have to leave the friendship alone if you are a person of integrity. Now, if you find yourself dropping hints and trying to lure this man into your bedroom or away from his wife, you got to deal with that. But I think, because attraction is attraction, I don't think you can control attraction, but you can control action.
Okay.
I think we need to define what a friend is because I think we are using the word friend very loosely because
Okay.
they're friends, they're acquaintances.
Ooh,
How would you like to define friendship or friends?
Miss Jack, Miss, come through, Miss Jackson.
Because not everybody I meet is my friend.
Right.
So, how close are you with this person? Are you texting them every day? Because my friends, I text them every other day, and like people I consider really close to me. And like there are people who I text like every 6 months, like, or just out of the blue. Oh, I was just thinking about you.
Let's say no, don't text every day. Every other day.
So is this, I don't know. This person is, I can't consider this person a friend.
You can't consider the person a friend?
I, okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like the definition of friend is being used very loosely here.
This
Very
lady done went
loosely.
Let
from
me say
this
this.
lady done went from her
Let me
name
say this.
to Doctor to Miss
Oh, sorry.
Jackson to Doctor
Let me say this. Um, one of my best friends, she and
Hmm.
we probably talk once a month,
Okay.
and you
and
consider her a
that's
best
my
friend?
girl. Yes, I don't think I had. First
I
of
have
all, why we
close
talk
friends.
every day?
I, I have close friends that I talk to once a month as well. But then there's people who are acquaintances where I talk to them frequently, but I still don't consider them friends. Like, is this somebody you're going to be calling? Like, if something goes wrong, is this going to be the first person you're calling? Is this going to be one of the first people you're calling? Because those are the people I consider friends. Like, if something goes wrong with your
Right.
man, are you calling this person to talk about your man?
Mm.
No,
See,
Or are
I
you
have
calling that
I have
person to
male
cheat on your
friends that
man?
I do that with
I'm
though.
calling my sister.
No, I have male friends that if I'm in a relationship and it's something, I will talk to them about it because I want to hear the male perspective. And I have all sisters, so I
I
do
have,
call for the
well, I
male
talk to my friends'
perspective.
husbands. Like, all my friends are married. All my friends are married. And like, if I need advice, I'll reach out to one, like, because we all hang out together. So I ask them their take on something. But usually their wives are close by because their wives are actually my friends.
Can
Are you
Daria
single,
please log
Dr.
off?
Jackson?
I am single.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because you're single, they don't have a problem with their husbands talking to you?
No, because we've all known each other for more than 8 years.
But she's friends with the females. She
Correct.
just
I'm
speaks
friends with
for
the
the
wife.
male.
I'm not friend. I'm not like the husbands. I consider them like brothers because they are friends with me by proxy.
Gotcha.
So when something goes wrong with me, they're not the first person I call. I talk to their wife first. And then I say, hey, I want to run this by your husband to see how he would take this.
Well,
Okay.
then he's not really your friend. She's your friend, and you just talking to the husband.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I guess I'm just cut from a different cloth because I feel like you can have male friends and get a male perspective, and it be just that. You don't have to. I feel like people that feel like you can't have a male friend, you have no self control. Shot in my business. Daria, please log off.
I think too
Or
that
completely log on so we can see your face.
I asked him, but anywho, he said he was gonna get on. Don't be a liar. Don't lie to me. That's a
I
horrible start.
listen. I just Dr. Jackson just opened up something else. That's interesting. A year ago, everybody know who Kiara Sheard is, right? The singer, the gospel singer.
Sure. Hmm.
A year ago, she went viral and people berated her on the internet because she made a statement on Twitter saying when her friends, her single friends, come to town, she's been married 2 years. She doesn't allow them to stay at her house, even though she has multiple empty rooms. They have to stay at a hotel.
I agree.
And people, I mean, they went off on her. How dare you if those are your friends? And you got a problem with your husband, not your friends, and this, that, and other. But I do remember in Black America, it was a thing where folks would say, keep your husband away from your single friends. I didn't really hear them say, keep your wife away from your single friends. But they always said that about women like there was a that women were always after somebody's
I've
husband.
heard that.
So so I wanted to say, Dr. Jackson, you never. How does that go? Do you have their phone number to where, like,
I do.
you could be calling the husband, and he could be
I have
walking in the
everybody's
house.
phone numbers.
Okay, so you're talking to the husband about your boyfriend, and the husband's walking in the house, and the wife says, "Who you on the phone with, babe?" And he could say, "Oh, this is just Dr. Jackson," and that's completely cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you have to understand we're like family. So like when my parents come to town for like Thanksgiving dinner, they are coming. Like they spend Thanksgiving with us. They have spent holidays in my family's house. So it's like we're close. But
And that's what I'm saying. You have to, I would like to meet your wife. I would like to develop a relationship. It ain't
exactly.
got to be a friendship, some kind of situationship and acquaintanceship or some kind of ship we shipping in with your wife. And we can
Because
still
I,
do it. I'm not joking.
because before I moved to Tampa, I was buying my house here. So I have most of my friends who are married. I stayed at their houses and their husbands are there. There was no problem with that. Nobody ever worries about me having trying to sleep with their husband because we're all
it ain't
friends.
my
What's
grandma
that look
say it
for?
ain't.
We see. What's that look for? Are we besties?
She ain't staying at my
That's
house.
Shannon Sharp.
She ain't staying at my house. If I'm
Dr.
married,
Jackson will
I'm
be
not.
walking around there with booty shorts on. I'm with you when
I
you're
sure
right.
do not. I do
Yeah,
not.
no, I'm not
I
letting
come
my.
with
I'm not
my
letting a
SpongeBob
female.
long pajama pants with long sleeve shirt on. I don't do that. I don't come with booty
I
shorts
feel
when
like it
I
don't matter what you have on. I mean, on the days I'm dressed horribly, where I feel like I look like crap. I pull the most. I'm like I get the most attention. I feel like so. No, I'm not letting my female single friends stay at my house. That's just me.
okay.
But you're also saying that you could have male friends that your husband knows nothing about.
I didn't say that he knows nothing about. I didn't
That
say
ain't what
that.
Ooh,
she said.
That never came out my mouth.
It did not.
Mm, no.
I just was trying to stir the pot a little bit.
And I would and it would be on the opposite. I wouldn't expect him to let any of his friends stay night at the house. Not that I'm gonna do anything, but it's a two-way street. We're not having single friends stay night at our house. Period.
And
But
to
if
be
he
honest,
said
we
to
ain't have a married friend stay the night at our house. Get a motel.
right, if you can't afford a motel, you can't afford to travel, huh?
Mm, mm. Now, if we had a
I
mm.
whole different wing, like say we had a whole different wing of the house, like there's a mother-in-law suite. Hey, go live over there.
I don't know. Maybe this is a cultural thing.
Call before
what
you come
where
next door though.
wait we're all black, Dr. Jackson. What do you mean?
Well, I'm Jamaican, so we don't like if we're coming in town, everybody can come stay with you. So we
Right.
don't. I don't know. I guess it's
I,
different because like
no,
when I have friends coming in town, everybody comes and stays with me. So my friend bring her husband, bring her kids, they stay with me. Because if my house is big enough, I'm not gonna have you staying at a hotel.
You know what? Okay, I'm sorry. I just got a text. Just got a text message from a dude I went to college with. Right?
uh-huh.
Swears he had a crush on me in college. Whatever. He's married now.
What?
Right. Can I be friends? Not now. Now we know ain't nothing gonna happen. Yeah, ain't nothing happened then. Ain't nothing gonna happen now. We good. Can I be friends with him? And he watching right now.
Does his wife know he texting you and he had a crush on you? Because he
First of all, I don't know they been in like I doubt it because I don't I've never we talk probably like once every 5 months, 6 months.
I think if you're talking to the for me, and this is Gerard talking,
Oh,
Gerard Marquise Raphael Blackshear Sr. I am big on headspace. If I feel like another man has headspace that belong to me, he ain't got to have bed space. I don't want nobody having your headspace. So I understand the I need a male's perspective or I need a male friend. For me, it's a no. I think that it's especially with old friends. I think that old friends, it gives you a history you can't compete with. You can't compete with the past.
Oops, slick.
Uh, yeah. So I think that it for me it's no. I had a friend one time,
I got a
Even if
and
question
that
real
friend is
quick.
married to somebody else and you never had any sexual relationships with them?
that's a good question. If a oh
Because if your friend happens to be married to somebody else and you still say, hey, I'm going through this, like, how do you think I should approach this? And you just ask for their advice. Or what would you do in this situation? How you think he'll react to this if I say this to him?
but if I had a married friend and I'm married, won't that couple becomes my me and my wife's friends? Aren't we all friends?
No, we can
Not
all
if
be
they don't know
acquaintances, but
them.
we cannot all be
I want to
friends.
go back though. I have a question to what Brandy said about the text. What did the text say?
The text that just came in.
Yeah, because you said the guy texted you who used to have a crush on you. What was the text?
Oh no, he just me. Oh, y'all got a topic tonight. That's it.
He said what?
Said, and I quote. I'm reading it. Oh, you got a great topic tonight.
I'm with
Why is
Darian,
that
even though I hate to sound
funny?
with Darian, because Darian in the comments, bruh slick. I feel like that's a little interesting.
I
Someone
got a
was
question.
cheating.
I got a question though,
How is
Brandy.
that
How
an
is that
inappropriate
how is that an
text?
inappropriate text?
Cause it's like I
Right.
had a crush on you back in the day. Ooh, this is an
No, he
interesting
didn't say
topic.
that. He didn't say that in the text. He said you guys have a good topic tonight. She said that he claims that he used to have a crush back in. He didn't say the text said that just now.
Right, but it's like, why
Then
are
you
you
have to
texting
add
me? Why did
that.
you put that in the on the line, on the feed, on the live? Why you in my
But you
DM?
also have to add to the fact. Hold on, listen. He has other friends. I'm not. I might not be. I might not be single friend. I know I'm not his only single friend. I'm just giving you the whole. Had I said my homeboy just texted me, y'all have a great topic, y'all have been like, oh yeah, we do. But now that I said the dude is married and he had a crush back in 1924, now it's inappropriate.
Not 1924.
No, yeah, all
Like,
that matters. All that
he's
matters.
not talking about crushes. He just said you have a see. So you can't even just you can't even give
Brand no,
somebody.
he didn't say nothing about the crush.
He didn't say
Brandy said,
anything.
yeah,
Brandy said
Brandy
I
that.
get
said
that.
that
I
about the
get
crush to
that.
give
I get
backdrop.
that. I get
Thank
that.
you. Better,
I'm saying I feel
better.
I okay, whatever. We can move on. Listen, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
But
I
I have
stopped
something.
playing.
Ashley,
I was
Ashley,
gonna say something. I
I got a
forgot.
question though. Ashley, you said you agreed with old friends, no new friends. So how are you now saying that this guy who's texting is out of order?
No, because I feel like he's dropping innuendos to me. Because I feel like if you have a friend and you're not interested in that friend sexually, then I feel like it's okay. I feel like had it just been, we just friends, and because I feel like he should have put that on the live. Why you didn't put that on the live? If you're watching it, why did you need to text me that?
Oh, you think he was sending
Oh,
a covert message?
Right.
I'm sorry. Let me say this. I don't know if he's watching. I assumed he was watching. He could have just saw that. He could have just saw the post. Legit. I don't know if he's watching. So I'm sorry
Brandy,
if
I have a
Brandy,
I
question.
I'm
Brandy,
assuming that he's watching though.
Brandy, it seems like you sound like very much so standing by my man right now.
I'm standing by my friend.
I
He
have a
ain't a bad
question.
dude.
I have a question.
It probably
Go
was
ahead.
McGee
Ask the
putting that
question.
on
Get
there.
it off of me.
So, if your spouse if your spouse has shows that they are uncomfortable with you having this person, does that show that they're insecure with your relationship?
Nah.
No, I feel like your spouse has a right to say, I'm uncomfortable with this friend. or whatever the case may be. And I feel like, either you gonna acknowledge it or you're not. But
I, I,
I
Agree.
I
feel like no, you should be able to say something, because I'm gonna say something. If I feel uncomfortable with a female friend or a male friend that you have, if I feel like he's for the streets and he wants you to be for the streets, then I'm gonna say something.
I feel like this. If your spouse, and I've grown to this place, right? Because I haven't always mastered this myself. If your spouse has an issue with the opposite sex, that person should always be disposable if it comes down to that person, your wife or your husband. I
Right.
think that
I agree.
I think that your spouse, even if the friendship is strictly platonic and not a threat to your marriage at all, if for whatever that reason is, and that goes for male and female, that relationship should go. And a real friend
Would understand.
would understand
Yeah.
that and acquiesce to that. If that person cannot give you that space, maybe it's indication that that's more than a friend and you know that already. Or maybe that person wants to be more than a friend and you did not know it. But if that person cannot understand that, it's an issue. But I will say this, and me and Ashley said it earlier when me and Ashley were on the line, and she said, we besties, and I ain't going nowhere. And I said, I tell people that about Ashley all the time. What I need then is for someone to understand that going into it. But I think that for that to be an understanding for whomever I marry, it's going to have to be expressed early, often, and that person's going to have to be okay with it, or before I waste their time, they have to go on. I don't think it's right for me to date somebody. They fall in love. I tell them I'm in love, and 6 months or a year down the road, I'm saying that they say, "Hey, you hanging out with Ashley again? I got a little problem with that." Then for me to be like, "She ain't going nowhere. It's my best friend," because that ain't right. I think if you have people in your life who are non-negotiables, you should say that often and early and up front, so that person can decide whether they want to fool with you and Ashley's foolishness or not. You know what I mean? I don't think I don't think you should bring anyone into that and then they got to compete with Ashley for the rest of their life or whoever that friend is. That should be something a person has the right to agree to up front.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who is
Oh,
that?
good
It
question.
don't matter.
Ooh,
Answer the question.
Good
It
answer the
don't matter.
question.
question.
Yes, answer, Pastor.
Good question.
Oh, oh, doctor. I think
Answer,
that
Pastor.
I think
let,
that
let me let me let me get back up there so you can see and make sure you know what to say.
so does it contradict your statement with no old friends? I thank you for this question. I think that
Oh, put the next one up there, Brian. Put the next one up there.
I said ask Tasia. What does that mean?
She said I said it. Tay's the one who asked that question.
Oh, Tasia asked. I think that it does seem contradictory on the face value.
Does
I will
seem.
agree. However, I think that you have to look at it like this. I think that as Dr. Jackson alluded to earlier, there is a certain level of friendship that transcends friendship and feels like familyship.
Yeah.
And that in those instances, those folks become family. But
Yeah.
in all honesty, because there is no blood, they are at best friends. There are certain people in my life who are like family to me. Anyone who knows me and knows the role grandchildren know that that's like family to me. So you coming in thinking you're gonna get rid of Janiqua and Camellia, that's not going to happen. But I can also say that we've never had anything uh,
Romantic.
emotional, sexual, or romantic. And if we had, I'm still not saying that's a deal breaker if we got into the family place, but I owe you an explanation of that. So I owe you to say, hey, listen, this person's like family, but we have had this, and you decide that still from the beginning. I think that's different from, a friend, that a guy that you chilled with, a guy that you talked to, a guy that had a crush on you, all those things, and it's he's coming around again, or he's resurfacing again, or he's here as a in a new time, but he's an old friend. My homeboy from high school is coming to town, and he want to know if we can hang out this weekend. Absolutely not. Don't get his nose broke. Go ahead, Brandon. You had a question for me, I think.
I do. And this comment sort of brought it up. So if you and I are in a relationship, Jay,
Uh-huh.
and
It would be
I'm
the
the
highlight of my life.
I know it would be. So consider your life unhighlighted. So
Wow. Wow. The shade.
Dang.
Oh man.
so let's
Dang.
say
I
we're
can't
in a
see through all
relationship,
this
right?
shade.
Come on. So we're in a relationship, right? And you
Uh-huh.
have friend, her name is Sammy, right? Sammy ain't cute to me. I know you're not attracted to Sammy. Sammy can be your friend. But let's say you have a friend named Yvonne, and Yvonne's beautiful. And I'm like, nope, she can't be your friend. Would you have an issue with me playing your friends based on how they look?
Absolutely. And women know what their man is attracted to. I've dated girls, and a skinny girl walked by me, or a girl that is not pretty, not and the person I'm with does not care, does not look to see where my eyes go or anything like that. But if a girl walks by me that they think is my, or they know is my type, that may look similar to them, or this, that, another, that person they don't want me to talk with. I think women do that, period, though. Women know, when women know who's safe, who their man is safe around, and who he's not. And if she's something that they know you ain't looking at, they'll let you be in the closet with them, helping them put up a light bulb. But let her be something that they think you could be attracted to. Not gonna happen, Captain.
Ash, I'm sorry. We besties. What was
I
that look for?
agree. I agree. I feel like if I feel, I mean, but yeah, I agree with that. But I look at friends like if I'm saying if my dude has a female friend, I'm not saying I don't know how I would feel about friends that he hangs out with all the time. But if he's calling her for a female perspective and it's just kind of, I think I'll be more okay with that
But how do you
versus
know? How do you know what they're talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about because I've never been the type to go through your phone or to like, the
What if he's
time
calling
when
her late at night?
I mean, I can't stop you from doing what you're doing. I can't. So
What if
I
I'm
mean,
home
in my
at
whole
night?
marriage, I was married for
I'm just
12
playing
years.
devil's advocate.
I was married for 12 years. I never looked through his phone. I don't have that desire because I feel like you're going to do what you want to do, and that's not on me. I'm not going to add that level of stress on my life. I'll prefer you be upfront and tell me, but I'm
Hmm.
not adding that level of stress. So if you have a female friend that you're talking to appropriately or inappropriately, that's on you.
And also, I feel
I
like that
can't do
junk
anything
will
about
come
that.
to light.
And
I
that's
also
why I
feel like that
also,
junk will come to light.
and I feel like if the more restrictions you put on your partner, the more they feel like they need to do it, the more they try to play against you. Because,
That's not your partner, because your partner's on the same team. That might be your pirate.
okay, well, because you know how like sometimes when people have a child with somebody prior to, and then the new wife basically says that things have to come through her if you guys need to speak on a child that's
Oh
not hers.
yeah.
To me, if you feel like you need to do all of that, then he's not your man.
I agree.
I agree
And
too.
not
I
only
agree.
that, the new wife. I've seen people not only the rule of, well, call my phone.
Have
Okay.
a good night.
Not only that, I've seen the
What?
rule. I've seen. You said, hmm? I've seen the rule be, I have to ride with you now to do these drop offs and
I've
pick up
seen
with your
that too.
children.
I've
And
seen that too.
my thing to that is, if I've been single before you came along, and I've been picking up my child and dropping off my child without your input, what makes you, excuse me, what makes you have to be there for my child drop off? You can't trust. You don't need to be with me.
Exactly.
I don't think it's
That's
a
basically
matter
what
of
I'm saying.
trusting in those instances. In those instances, I don't think it's a matter of trusting you. It's a matter of trusting her.
No, but
Because if
at the
that's
end of the day,
your,
y- it's you not trusting your partner too.
Yeah, because she
Because
can't have sex with me
because
by
she can't
herself.
force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. So she cannot trust him all she wants to, but she can't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do.
first of all, you chill out with your little stern talk to me. That's what
Doctor.
we gonna do. And I agree.
Okay.
And I'm like what Ash was saying. I'm not going through your phone. I ain't got
Yeah, I
time for
don't
that.
do that either. I don't do that.
Whatever start, that junk gonna come to light, whether you want it to or not, because the God I serve is gonna bring in religion. The God I serve, he reveals things to me with the quickness. I had an ex, I was looking at a video on his phone while he was test driving a car, and a text message popped up. I went through his phone, I was looking at that video, and a text message popped up. Okay, and I popped out. That's all I gotta say about that. Um, and he could have been friends with her, but the image that she sent him was not very friendly.
Friendly was not very
Right.
platonic.
And then also you spoke on like late night phone conversations or whatever, if he's calling her late at night or whatever the case may be. If you have to go to another room to have that conversation, therein lies the problem. If you can't have that conversation in front of me, then there's an issue. But have that conversation in front of me, y'all sitting there, you know, whatever the case may be, then that's fine. Just know that when Keith told me, I'm gonna have my conversation, and then after we hang up, you and I gonna have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a problem with having friends as long as it's out in the open.
No, I think there's certain boundaries that need to be set with that friend. I don't care. There's
Of
certain
course,
respectable boundaries that need to be set where you need to be able to tell this person, do not ever call me after this time of night.
7:30 after dinner. After dinner, we might not be able to have a conversation.
I had a woman, an older woman, tell me, and she eventually, her and her husband divorced, but she said to me that she knew there was problems because she said there was a time in their marriage where he had a friend, and back then this was no cell phones, and the friend called the home, and she came to know that he was on the phone with a woman, and she said to him, it's too late for you to be on the phone talking to a woman. And she said her husband literally did not change any words with her and literally said to the woman on the phone, hey, my wife says it's too late for us to talk. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And hung the phone up. But then as time went on, there came a time where he was on the phone and without regard for her, entertained a woman that he said was just a friend. And she said, even though she did not know exactly what was going on between them at that time, if anything was going on, she did know that he was different and it was possible because he no longer cared about what her desires and expectations were. It's very important to know your spouse's expectations and for them to know yours and to make sure that they're honoring them no matter how crazy they are. If
Right.
you decide what your expectations are, and people have to decide if they're willing to accept them or not, because what one person calls crazy, another person says it's comfort. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think it's important to know your somebody said it also. No, you have to know their expectations. You also have to know their insecurities. Like we ain't we I am not secure in everything. So you need to know their insecurities. And if you talking to a certain type of woman is or a certain type of man makes your or feeds into or what is it called? Activates your spouses or your significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, their insecurities, then you should really be considering that friendship.
Right.
Because in all honesty, I'm gonna activate a lot of females' insecurities, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm cute, I'm smart, I'm fun, you know what I'm saying? So you might want to consider me as your friend, or if I'm gonna be your friend, because I'm not gonna change who I am. Like I'm not gonna like not be cool when I'm around people. Well, that's gonna be me. But this person said right here, Steve Harvey said no friends of the opposite sex when you marry. Steve Harvey also all respect, Steve. I'm just saying. Thank you, whoever said this. So how do you feel? Let's jump a little bit. How do you feel about, and I think we spoke on it a little bit in the beginning, your significant other having single friends of the same sex? Did you have to pose for this answer and then breathe a few times? Like what's going on?
Are they
I
spending a
actually,
significant amount of time like going out to the club with these friends? Like what is this what's the dynamic? Because like it's one like cuz guys hang out with guys all the time, like they can go on a boys trip or whatever the case is. As I
Very
said, the
true.
more restrictions you put on people, if you feel the need to put on all those restrictions where he can't go out with his male friends that he been in college with for years, I don't know how long that relationship's gonna last.
Dr. Jackson, I think that what you said is absolutely inspirational. I don't know if it's correct. And let me tell you what my fear is that of a man. That sounds like a woman who is saying, I want to keep him happy, so I'm not going to make too much fuss. If he's not cheating or beating on me, as long as he's not doing that.
Mm,
If I'm 25, 30, 35 years old and my male single friends are going on a boys trip and they're single, it's wild. Let me tell you something about men. Men are wild. Men are absolutely, positively crazy, especially the single ones. And if we're doing another thing about men who are single, very rarely will you find a single man or even a married man who will hold you accountable in your relationship. And and and, and, and that's true. Very rarely, even if a man tell you you wrong or bruh, you doing old girl wrong, he says it like he says to his 15-year-old who he found out is having sex. Boy, you better wear a condom now. But he doesn't say it like he says to his daughter, you better not be doing nothing. So it to me, that's why my feelings are mixed about it. But I do believe uh
That was kind of hilarious. That was kind of
Come on.
hilarious. I ain't
He
even gonna
called
lie.
my friend he called my friends busted.
Busted. He
Then he
definitely
called me
did.
then he called me pastor.
see, and interesting. Look. I'm gonna agree though, and D, you can like you can
Who do you agree
validate
with,
this.
Brandy?
Hold on, your busted friends. Now I'm agreeing with you. And D, no, in college, I hung
Mhm.
out with. I think I hung out with most dudes. Like D, maybe we hung out every now and again, and I had probably like two other female friends, like maybe three. Dudes is dirty.
They are.
Dudes dirty, legit. So
But I'm talking about dudes in like our age group, like now.
they look, okay, straight up. I still talk to a few of the dudes from college.
Okay.
They dirty.
Yeah. All right.
A
I got
dude will
one
look.
that's trying, that's legit. I
Girl,
like to do. Thank you. Thank you. I probably have one
girls
like
are
to
the
do than
same.
you do. Anyway, moving on.
Girl, girl,
Um,
girl, girls will say the same thing. Girls will say the same thing. A dude will be like, sis, I got him, sis. He ain't gonna do nothing crazy, sis. Sis, he better not try you, sis. Y'all get right down the road, and, and if it's a busted baby coming out the gas station and you talking to her, that joke is gonna encourage her. I've been a man my whole life. I just want to say that for the record. Uh, I think that I think
But he
that
would do it.
so
But he would do it. He would do it regardless. That's my point. He would
I
do it
agree
with
with
or
that too.
without his dudes.
I agree with that. Uh, I
I don't
must
live a
live
stressful
stressful.
life.
That's
I'm
what I'm
stress
saying.
free.
That's why I'm not gonna stop it. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna tell him no because if he's gonna do it with his dudes, he gonna do it without them.
I wish I could see who's talking tonight. I think that for me, I was that random. Women love me and their friends do too. Okay, that was random. I think for me, I'm okay with having single male friends, but it's about where they are in their single life. I don't need rowdy male friends. I don't need whorish male friends. But I say that again. Even my male friends who are married, if they're in a bad marriage and all they do is complain about their wife and this, that, and that,
You
they
probably
could
don't
be
want to go
toxic.
anywhere with them.
Yeah, they could be toxic and
Right.
damaging too. They can be damaging too. But I don't think that you should cut off male friends that are single, or you cut off your married friends that become divorced. But it's not about the relationship status as much as it's about their personal integrity.
And in that case, I need you, and as I would, if I have single female friends, because y'all didn't even speak on single female friends. If I have single female friends, I'm gonna tell you about these female friends. I'm gonna be honest. She a hoe. She legit looking for a good dude. She gives great advice, whatever the case may be. And I would want the same thing. Like, tell me the truth about these friends. Don't be like, oh, he a cool dude, he a cool dude, but he got you. He trying to get you to go to Vegas or to DR because he knows some hoes in different area codes. Like that's where the thing is. I don't mind you having single friends, please. Go ahead, have single friends because single friends will all give you some good advice about your relationship because some of them miss a relationship or relationship. But your friends, like his friends, they're not gonna work. Was that too dude like for you? Let me know if I'm acting too much like a dude for you. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. If I'm too
Yeah, it depends
single,
on
my
because that's
shallow
what I'm
life.
saying. All single people are not equal. All
Right.
single friends are not equal. There are people with male friends who have integrity, and then there are women with female friends who have integrity. So they'll tell them about themselves. So I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's a limit. I don't think all of your friends should be single.
Yeah, all of your friends should not
All
be
of your
single.
friends should not be single. I
One or
get you're the
two in the
first one to
group.
get married. Cool. Right. You're the first one to get married. Great. It's time for you to find some married friends. Some happily married friends. Or you need to have some friends that are and you need to have and let's define single since D like to define words. Let's define single. I mean in the respect of you can have friends. Um oh, okay, thank you. You can have friends that are single. You can have single friend relationships. You can have married friends. Your whole cannot consist of single friends, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anybody that's still asking
How
about
single are your single friends? How single are your single friends? Because that's going to be the question. Oh, so if I'm paying the bills, I get to whip out the whip. If I'm paying the bills, I get to whip out the whip.
That oh.
I mean,
She said, "Oop." Looky here. If a dude wrote that, if you yeah, brother, yeah. I ain't gotta pay no damn bill. You getting this? Yeah. I'm controlling something. I'm not picking you. And this is a comment that's crazy. Nobody said we're picking your friends.
yeah,
Did you say you were picking his friends, D?
I did not. I did
You said you're
not.
picking his friends?
I did
Okay.
not.
It,
Mm-mm.
We said
but I know what I can imagine why this feels like picking friends though.
I can see that as well. But remember what I
It
said.
feels like picking friends.
Remember what I said. I'm not, remember, I am on the other end. You guys were on one end together, and I said, I'm not going to stop him from going out with his friends because whatever he's going to do with his friends, he would have done even without his friends.
Even the friend you have a bad feeling about. Oh, I got something. I know a I know a real deal situation. I had a friend of mine who was emailed or
not
text.
I don't.
Hi,
He was
Chef.
he was emailed or text some semi pornographic images. This is back in the early 2000s when Buffy the Body was a real thing. And so the friend began to send these images like, dang, check her out. Look at her so and so, yada, yada, yada. My friend,
That friend gotta go.
my friend never
Sorry,
responded.
go ahead.
He never responded. He did not say, oh, this stuff. The wife saw the pictures in his phone and saw that he did not respond, but she was like, you got to cut him off. He's done. That's it. Do you trust him to go out with a friend like that? It's not cheating, so to speak. He's just showing normal guy stuff, but is that person a threat to your relationship to the point where that person has to go?
No,
He's not.
no,
Next question.
no.
Dr. Dr. Jackson, I hope you ain't on here trying to find a
Sorry, I missed the
man
question.
and you just trying to be the perfect woman, Dr. Jackson.
I'm not trying to be the perfect, but I told you already. If you have to do all of that to keep your man faithful to you or to make sure that your man doesn't do that, he's not your man. I don't
What
do
was
the
the
checking.
question?
He has a friend who sent him pornographic picture of like Buffy the Body kind of situation and so forth. Are you trusting your man to go out with him? And I said, yeah, because your man gonna do whatever he's gonna do, whether he's with him or not. You cannot control. One thing I know is you cannot control men. You can't control anybody. People are gonna do what they want to do.
Wow.
She is single.
her,
Um,
her inbox about to be
I
blown up.
I am going to for sure question that friend, question that relationship, question what he said to him, his friend about me. Um, because for example, I have an ex, and he said his cousin introduced him to this girl because she wanted to get track lessons because he ran track in high school or whatever the case may be. Um, I will question that for sure. Like, why is he sending you these pictures knowing full well that we're in a whole committed relationship? Um, there should be he doesn't want you to be in this relationship, or he's just dumb. Either way, I don't think that friendship gonna work.
So
So
you
you're
get to
so you,
dictate. You get to
that's what I
dictate.
was gonna say. He took
Yeah,
the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead.
yeah, so you get to dictate the friendships that your significant other has because it sounds as if you're insecure about the friend when the person that you're with is not. You're supposed to be trusting him, not his friend. His friend has nothing to do with this. So it sounds like there's a lack of trust that you have in your spouse, not the friend, really.
I'm not dictating the friendship, but I am gonna tell him how I feel. I'm not just gonna sit there and be like,
So
I'm just
if
gonna
your
say how I feel about
significant
it.
other, if your husband decides that he's going to continue being this a friend with this person, because this might be his ace boon coon, who they done been through everything together and so forth, and this will be his man that he can if shit hits the fan. So he's not going to get rid of this friend. So are you going to divorce him? Are you going to end the relationship if he chooses not to get rid of this friend?
And is the
I feel like if
issue
that's his
that
ace
he
spoon
said,
coon, the answer is no. But I feel like if that's his ace spoon coon, he's already told his ace spoon coon to respect the relationship and don't send those pictures. Don't
but
don't don't do that. Don't do something that's gonna jeopardize my relationship with my woman.
I don't understand why the pictures are an issue. I need someone to
It's a
help me
picture.
understand.
Yeah. Maybe I
What
don't. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the context of the picture.
I
Like,
don't
if he
know
is
if
he
you
saying
realize
that,
what I'm
oh, look at
saying.
this bad one. I want you to get with her, or is this just a picture?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't understand the
Yeah,
context.
there should be some clarity. That's how I'm taking it. I'm taking it as he's sending like, hey man, this is what you missing out. Oh, go
No,
ahead since you made the question.
no. So a lot of women are not okay with their husbands watching pornography or graphic material. They feel like it is a form of cheating. It's demeaning to their wife because it's impossible for you to say, this turns me on, and then you're married to someone who looks nothing like this. That's how they feel. Um, but so if he's sharing nude pictures with you, off color pictures, provocative pictures, it could be a threat to your relationship. Some women feel like that. So I had a situation, and it was a terrible situation where a friend of ours, he would text this stuff to a group of us, but this one particular brother, his wife literally said, "Stay away from him. Everything dealing with him because he doesn't respect our marriage, and because he doesn't respect our marriage, um, if you read the Bible, then you know what you should and should not be doing in a marriage." I'm a pastor who's been preaching since I was 16. I'm 36 now. If you read just the Bible and you think that's going to give you everything you need,
Preach. You better
you are
Preach that.
you are
say
swiftly
it.
way to divorce.
Say it. Wow.
You are on your way to divorce court very, very fast, because you can't
Mm,
stone them. You can't stone them if they disobey you anymore.
Right.
mm,
so
mm,
so
mm,
yeah, they outlawed that. So
mm, mm.
definitely there's definitely more to it than that. But back to the pictures, I think the pictures are a link. Well, let's say it's a link of actual pornography, whatever it is. Some people see that as what in the world? I gotta go now. See, it was all fun and games until that comment. Well, well, if I want to keep my little, if
But
I
that
want to,
holds some truth. Cause y'all be watching porn thinking that holds some truth. Cause y'all be watching porn thinking y'all can do some of the stuff that be in the porns.
all right, I'm getting ready to back out.
Hey,
We'll go sweeping
No,
through the city.
it's all fantasy. That's what it is. And for someone who said it's mental cheating, then that means that the agreements that you and your spouse have
Don't
set
even
with
matter.
him, yeah, it doesn't matter. It
It don't
seems like
matter.
it's unrealistic. So if there's mental cheating for someone seeing an image, then there's cheating that happens entirely in that entire relationship. And so y'all are just cheating on each other every single day on different kind of things. It's like with my sister. My sister makes up things about like how it smells. She goes, I got to take a shower because I smell like outside. or I got to take a shower because I smell like a clothing store. It's like, stop making up terms. The mental cheating is not a thing when someone is looking at an image.
First of all, you can't smell like outside and it stinks. So, that's right. Thank you very much. And mental cheating is what you call lust. I don't think there's a such thing as mental cheating. I think it's just lust.
Right. And everyone
Is it
lusts.
opening the door?
Everyone lusts after someone that is outside of their relationship multiple times. So in that case, and that opens up a whole nother case.
That's what I'm saying. I could see Morris Chestnut and think, damn, you fine. Am I mental cheating?
Yeah, you're mental cheater. You are a mental cheater, and
Like,
therefore, yeah.
ooh, man.
Well, I'm single, so
304.
I can think about Shannon Sharp, and I will. Go ahead, my bestie. Are we besties? You gonna say something?
You're on mute. You're on mute, Ash.
No, she's not. Welcome back. We can't hear you though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She's on mute. I can't
You
hear
want to
her.
log out, come back? Log out, come back. Oh, that was quick. No head nod, no nothing. Okay. Okay.
You're killing me
If
tonight,
watching,
Brandy.
oh,
You're killing me tonight. You're killing me tonight.
what?
If I, he said, if I'm watching Morris's porn videos, Jesus, I can't.
Bring that comment back up. I didn't see that.
Oh,
He said, if I'm watching Morris's porn videos, I'm mental cheating.
Let me say this. Every time I get here, I wonder if I'm gonna have a job on Sunday morning.
Well, do it.
right. Don't do it.
God is doing such an amazing thing, and I hate to fumble it tonight, fool around with. So,
Well, don't
so
fumble it. Just practice silence.
No, everyone likes a pastor that's transparent and
right,
truthful.
but I feel like my
This,
call is to be transparent.
Sheb, you're not joining his congregation, so you be quiet.
you don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I could be.
You're doing this.
I could be, and so this could be a word that has me do that. Go ahead, Pastor, do your thing.
I'm going fishing here. Either I'm gonna gain a fish or lose my bait, but here it is. No, no. So I think that we diminish the dangers of pornography, or explicit
Agreed.
images, because there is a lot. And I just want to give this fun fact: over 70% of preachers are addicted to pornography, according to.
Where you get these statistics from? Go ahead. Continue.
Fox
Google,
News.
Google it. But I say this: there are dangers to it. I think that look at Chubb googling for real.
I'm fixing to too.
It's a staggering number. I guarantee it's over 70. I think it may be 62%, but 70, 60 somewhere. Anyway, my point is, I think that there are dangers in it. If we can say,
Oh, we lost him.
Aw.
huh?
No, because, okay, go ahead and repeat what you said. You froze. So we didn't hear anything after. We can say,
If we can say that engaging in, go ahead, Brandy.
57% of most
57.
pastors, youth pastors, 64%.
Yikes. Okay. So literally, if we can't act like pornography doesn't have ills. There's too much data that suggests that pornography has ill effects on marriages, especially pornography addiction. Um, I think that if a person is sharing pornography with you and you're married, that person is not a help to your marriage.
No.
I don't think
At
that
all.
yeah, I don't think that we can just blindly say, oh, they just shared a pic. There's one thing to say, boy, Holly Berry was fine. Look at her in her dress at the Oscars. It's something different than to show pornography. And it's not that I'm showing the picture so you can get with her, because you're never gonna get with Buffy the Body unless streak of terribly good luck comes along. But it it you have to ask yourself, if I'm a friend and you're married, why am I sharing this with you? Am I in a rough place and I'm just sharing with? Why would a man send that to a friend? You know what I mean? Is it just boys will be boys, or is this ill intent? I think most of the time it is boys will be boys, but if boys will be boys is what you're operating in, what happens when you and your boy are at Longhorn eating steak and having something to drink, and the waitress is shaped like Buffy the Body? Does that guy encourage you or discourage you from flirting, exchanging numbers and things in that moment? Because he's already proven that he has bad judgment when it comes to your marriage. Doctor.
Doctor.
Again, I'm gonna stick with what I said. If he would do it without the friend, he will do it with the friend. It does. You can't. The person still has to make their own decisions.
Then let me ask you
No,
this.
I
Can
don't
you
agree with that.
encourage the behavior? Because you could say, it, true enough, he's going to do it whether you're there or not. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it whether you're there or not. Okay, sure. But can you encourage that behavior? Can you encourage those thoughts?
Yes, I'm sure they can be encouraged.
No, I don't think
Right.
you're gonna do it whether the person help like encourages it or not. Some things you're just not thinking about until it's put in your face. Literally.
Okay,
That's literal.
I can agree
Some
to that.
things you're not thinking about. So if your friend is presenting those things to you, now your mind is wandering. And I'm not preaching to the preacher or anybody on this live, but the Bible always talks about guard your eye gate, things that you're seeing and that you're ingesting, things that you're hearing, things that
Oh,
you're
sure.
encountering, because it's hard to desire something you have not seen or heard about. So if somebody's continuously putting something in your face and you're consistently thinking about this video or this person or whoever, you're opening yourself up to being with that person. If I'm consistently thinking about sleeping with my friend Joe, I just randomly picked the name. Maybe that wasn't the right name to pick. Paul, because I don't know Paul.
But no.
And I'm consistently thinking about Paul. It's more likely I'm gonna do something with Paul when I see Paul. Like I'm opening myself up. And finally agree. And I made, this is just me, I've made some in the moment decisions, and I'll find I'm like, you know what? This is happening because I allow myself to have that freedom in mind. So I feel like a friend that's pushing stuff. I don't want that friend around my man. Mm-mm.
Can I say a comment to that though? And what I have learned about people is that you teach people how to treat you. And the reason that they're most likely showing you that is because you gave them a reason to show you that. So it's not the friend that's showing you that. That's the problem. It's perhaps you. And I'm not talking about you as Ash. I'm talking about the person where
Your
this
your
hypothetical
significant other.
this hypothetical person, it's
Hmm.
you that's the problem because your friend is showing you that for a reason. You gave them a reason to show you that. So
I don't agree
only
with that.
the only thing they're uncovering is something that you, or the only thing they're deepening is something you have already uncovered.
I don't agree with that because I remember, I think that maybe I can see you giving them a reason to continually show you that. But I think people always test the limits. People always want to see, is this the kind of person I can show this to? So they'll show you like a little something to see, to gauge where you are. And you people in relationships, how much of me can I show you? Or this part of me, about me, can I show you? Even with family, we keep some things hidden, and we might tell some people or other, and we'll test the waters. Let me see how they feel about this topic a little bit. And then based on how you receive it, then they'll give you more. But the initial showing you, I don't think it's based on what they saw in you. It's just they're testing who you are. Because I have people like that. I
You
know
have
people
people
like that.
that give you. This is weird to me. You have people that just out of the blue will test things on you based on you not bringing up any type of, because that's just really weird. That's weird behavior.
True story.
I
True story. I dated this guy in college. Well, we kind of dated in college. And we were arguing. And it was over something so small. and he does this to my face, like a small slap. And I'm like, what was that? Like it took me by surprise, but he was testing the waters. Is
He
she
was saying if he could
beatable?
beat you.
Is she somebody I can beat on? And I obviously I was not, because I came back with the harder slap. Like that's not the
Hello.
dynamic here. But there's some girls who would have been like,
Can we get
kind
a
of
can we get a name? Just can you text me a name real quick?
KJ,
Oh,
his initials, KJ.
hello.
Okay. Because I just need a quick address. Let me go to Yellow Book. I'll be back.
No, but that's a form of testing. I even know someone who said to me, another guy, um, he said, "There's some things about me you can't handle," and that was a feeler. Because then the next question would be like, "Well, what is it? You know what?" And then it was
There's
slow.
kind of stuff.
It was slow exposure of who he really is. People do that in family. If I'm living a certain lifestyle, they might bring a topic to hear what they think about it. People do that all the time. I don't care what nobody says. People do that all the time.
No, I agree that there's some
Children do
people who
that.
will test the, yeah, exactly. Children test the limits to see how far they can push and how far the barriers are. But if that is somebody who's supposed to be your friend, if this man, if because we're talking about hypothetical partners, this person's true friend should not be trying them like that.
I don't think a
Unless
person.
they agree with that lifestyle, though.
I,
Because
I
I
don't
have
think a,
homegirls that I think some things are okay, and then like some of my homegirls I'm going to do certain things with versus other homegirls because they don't do whatever.
Right.
Misery loves company.
People do different things with different people.
I think that literally, I don't know if a friend would test me. I'm
That's
thinking
what I'm saying.
if a
Would that
friend
be a friend?
if a friend would test me and test my marriage by sending me something, saying something,
And
introducing,
that's not a friend.
or a lot, a friend would test me. A friend may be himself, and I have to correct him and let him know, hey friend, I didn't see this part of my friend. You know what I mean? Me and my friend were out together, and he pulled out cocaine and started snorting it. I didn't know you snort cocaine, but I need to let you know, friend, I'm off this train tonight.
Right, but
Yeah,
that's not. I don't think that that's testing you because they snorted cocaine in front of you. That's
What?
that was
Don't
for you.
nobody do
that's
drugs alone.
definitely a
No,
test.
no, no, no.
No,
No
that's
one
not
does
testing.
drugs alone.
Some people do things that some people curse, for instance. They don't think it's
Yeah.
wrong. That's not testing you. That's saying, can you handle this part of who I am? And then if you're like, oh, I don't talk like that. Then around you, they won't be that part of themselves. That's not testing you. That's trying to figure out what kind of me can I show you.
I think that's a test, though. If you're trying
I
to
don't think that's a test.
test, that's
I
It,
don't think
it
that's a test. I don't look at that as a test. I look at this
can,
is who I
that's
am.
but that's legitimately what a test is. But the thing is, if the person is sending this person who they know is married pornographic photos, knowing that this person is married, that's a test.
I don't think that's a test.
I don't think so either.
That's just blatant disrespect. Like, why would you
That
send
is
that? Like,
disrespect. Why would you? Why would a
Right.
friend do that to you though? But why would a
your
friend do
friend
that?
test. Testing
Why?
would be like, texting would be like, hey man, you saw that girl?
before you send.
What you think about her?
I hate that you broke up.
Before you send it, right? And
Yeah,
what you think about it? He like, yeah, she was bad. Okay. Let me type of stuff. Like, but I don't think that ain't no test. That's just blatant
hey,
disrespect.
you
You knew
seen
you
that
shouldn't
new
have did because he's
video?
married. Common
Right,
sense would tell you don't test, don't try that.
right. Hey, you seen that new video everybody's talking about with such and such in it. To let you say that, I believe that's the test. To let you say, no, I ain't interested in that. Oh no, I don't want to see that. Oh no, I'm good on that. I think that single people and people in bad marriages, I think you can't throw away all single friends.
Chef
and,
said, "Where KJ at?
and it
Where
looks like
KJ
he's
at?
ironing clothes. Look like he's ironing clothes to go handle his business.
Make sure it's all black, Chef."
I am fueling up with oxtails. I've already called a whole block of folk, and I said, "How you know how to hide a body?" Because
Make sure
this
you
is
wear
the
all
first time.
black, okay?
Brandy, or not Brandy. Ashley, I'm calling you after. I need a few more details. And thank you for the lookout, Dr. Jackson. I'm gonna wear all black. Y'all wanna
black,
see me?
black Air
I
Force.
love how I've earned the name Dr. Jackson. I'll take it.
Right.
And pasta's pasta.
Until Friday when I meet with the people.
This one was not as bad as the one a few weeks ago, so I think you're fine.
Hello. I don't understand this question. What about strip clubs? Like, are you asking, is that
Is that
testing?
considered cheating? Or is that considered off?
It's considered cash singles cheating, since we like to make up terms of what cheating is. Because the last one is pole cheating. It's eye cheating. I don't know. Like, that's people live a little.
You mean if your friends take you out to strip clubs? Is that what the question is?
Your friend can't
Oh,
take you to a
hey,
strip club. Your
is
friend,
it a test?
your friend cannot take you to a strip club. You go to a strip club. Because in the state of Florida, if anyone moves you 15 feet against your will, it's legally defined as kidnapping. So
Okay.
it is
Someone mute him.
No, but
it
you,
is-
for example, on bachelor parties these things happen, right?
if you throw me a party
some
and
people aren't okay with going to the strip club. We have to stop defining what we feel is right and wrong as right and wrong for everybody.
That's what I said. I said it's unique.
Might go to the strip club and he's married and he might ask another married friend, do you want to go? Because he does not feel that it's wrong. I feel like that's not testing you. That's not doing that. He's just trying to see, can y'all go to the strip club? That's it, period.
to all my friends watching, I don't go to strip clubs.
And that's it. And that's what you should say. I don't watch porn. I don't send me. Don't that. I don't feel like they're being a bad friend for that. I don't see that. Just being themselves.
Well, let's go.
And I feel like we have to accept that all of us, I don't care, Dr. J, Chubb,
Yes.
Gerard, Brent, y'all do some things that I might not agree with, but you're still my friend. And you still love me. You still got my best interest at heart. I don't have to agree with everything you do. It doesn't matter.
Brandy,
But
can I ask a question?
But you also know my limits. You also know my limits.
Once you define them, I don't know them until you define them.
True, but that's what right. That's how friendships develop. I think everybody tests friends. Everybody's when we first starting out, we testing each other. I'm gonna see what kind of friend you are. I'm gonna see if you too crazy for me. I'm gonna see if you too cool, like you too boring for me. It's gonna be a test, but eventually, you know what not. I remember I had to choke her life because she tried to put a drink to my mouth. Like I choked her out. You should have known I don't drink. Don't put no liquor to my mouth. I told you I don't drink. You knew my limits. You still wanted to try it. Cool. She ain't never do that again. Ask your sister, Chef. Anyway. It wasn't her. She knows what I'm talking about.
I know. She was probably the witness. A question, and I came in a little late. Did y'all talk about, friends who are also family members who might be of the opposite sex?
That's what we talked about that because I said, yeah. Well, I talked about friends who are like family members.
Right. She didn't like.
No, so not friends who are also family members.
That is a really good element, though. What about my family that I can't just separate from? That's good.
No, I don't think that's the same thing. Family's family. I can talk to any of my male cousins. If my spouse has a problem with, we don't need to be married. If you don't understand family, then
no. What about no?
What you need to go to counseling.
What if I don't have a problem with your? What if I don't have a problem with you talking to your male cousin? What if it's your bitter female cousin who's been married 3 times, who is always talking against your marriage?
Then you should want me to talk to her because you should trust my mind and me knowing that I should do the opposite of what that Hamanaka say.
And I feel like why would I personally feel like
anybody talking against your marriage, that could be a parent. That there's a limitation to that person. That person is not the best person for your dynamic. If a parent, especially an in-law, hello, is talking against your
Goodbye.
marriage, they need to be at 10 arms length. They need to be at you're over there now.
Even if it's your mama.
Even
Even if it's your mama,
mom,
even if it's your mother, if your mother's consistently disrespecting your marriage, absolutely.
Oh, Dr. Jack,
Especially if it's your mother.
Dr. Jack,
Especially if it's
Dr. Jackson, your Jamaican accent just came out. You didn't say constantly. When Jamaicans get upset, you can tell it. You didn't say constantly, consistently. That con was real strong.
Yes, if she consistently disrespecting your marriage, absolutely. Because when you get married, you leave your family and cleave to your wife, right?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
That's the fun thing for me is that I talk to my dad about I'm gonna go to my dad about relationships. Anybody that knows my dad, they're like, no, I'm talking to your dad. I'm like, my
you
person
sound
I know.
robotic.
It's
I
annoyingly
think
so.
that you're breaking up, Brandy.
Yeah, you breaking up really bad.
So y'all talk.
My mom, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
My mom said when I got married, before I got married, she said, you can't tell me everything. She said, things that go on in your marriage, you can't tell me everything. She said, because if he does something and you tell me, I'm going to remember it. She said, but you're going to fucking love and you're going to give him. So some things you have to know, you can't tell me. And my mom basically was saying, because I could put a hindering block to your marriage too. I don't care if it's the mom, the dad, the sister, or the dog. If you're going to get this here union, you got to go.
But that contradicts some things that we said earlier. Because what you're saying now is
and that's why I asked the question, Pastor, because that's why I asked it.
Because what you're saying now is if people who are intentionally coming up against your marriage and it's bringing a wedge, they have to go, no questions asked. But what if me as the spouse, I feel like your friend, male or female, like you or not, going to the strip club with you or not, sending you new, what if I feel like that person is not good for our marriage and they're doing the same damage unintentionally that the people are doing intentionally? Are you willing to walk away from them just as quickly and stay just as far from them?
But the
Right. No, I
decision
didn't
is up to
contradict
the.
myself.
I know, because
I
the
didn't
decision is
contradict
still the
myself.
person's.
Right. No, if that's the conversation we have, me and my spouse, and he feels like I'm just gonna use Tasia name just because I that's on name my Tasia is not good for us, and he can clearly find why. Just say good. Like
You're breaking up now.
with facts.
You're breaking up now. I can't hear you, and you're frozen in a very unflattering way right now. You should see it. I'm going to screenshot it to show this to you later.
she cut it off first.
No, she thinks she did.
I cut it off.
Yeah.
I cut it off.
Oh, I got that screenshot though.
Like when I'm going to act, and I'm like, please don't freeze me on the ugliest face. Like, please don't do that. Like, just don't pause the move when I'm looking crazy. Please.
Okay.
My response to that, because Ash came out, is that ultimately the decision is the person's. It's not for the spouse to decide. For the spouse to decide who you have in your life. That person has to make that decision.
You really believe that?
So
no, that's legit. Like, that's legit. I can't make you not talk.
I can't,
to someone.
exactly. No one can
But
make me do it. Like, I can't make you get rid of your friend. I can't make you cut off that cousin. I can't make you do that. It's a conversation we can have, but I can't make you do anything.
As the hours wane on, Dr. Jackson, you're sounding more and more Caribbean. I just want to point that out for the record.
She said,
So
I'm tired.
it is definitely on that other person to actually act on what I'm
Exactly.
requesting. I can't
Right. You
make you
can't.
do anything. But if you respect me, if you understand that I'm doing this for both of our good and not for anyone's bad, if we have communication that's going on, if we're good in those areas, then you would make the right decision for our relationship if you wanted to continue as well as it can. If you
I
want there to
agree.
be you when you talking to this person, and I'm like, okay, so you decided to stay friends with this person, expect me to not be happy about that. I'm not gonna key in your face knowing you talking to somebody that I do not like or I don't think is best for
Well,
this relationship. But like she said,
sometimes,
I cannot make you get rid of anybody.
and sometimes it's just a differing of like it's just a lack of understanding and the lack of you not knowing who that person is, and you probably need to spend more time with them. Because
And that's
I will
yeah.
say, uh, there was a situation where I was asked to, not asked, but it was suggested, like, you don't need to be around this certain friend. And I said, well, you don't know him the way I do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him around more so you can see what I see. And now these two are inseparable. They see each other more. They're just really good friends now. And so that was a part, and it was important to me that they were a part of each other's lives as well. So on the flip side of, you might be asking me to get rid of someone, but I might ask you to give someone a chance and to spend more time with them to get to know who they are so you can see what I see in them.
The songwriter said from the Fighting the Temptations, seems like I'm always falling short of being worthy. I ain't good enough, but he still loves me.
He's definitely not,
Yeah,
Chef.
I was about to
He's
say,
definitely
I would,
not.
yeah, yeah, he's not. Wrong. I know that for a fact.
He's definitely not. But thank you though.
Thanks for being in the
Um,
business that don't pay you, but nope.
yeah,
Hey,
but I definitely, and I said that earlier. I was
that's so
like, I
funny.
want to meet. I want to meet your significant other. If we're gonna be friends, I would prefer to meet this person so they know who I am. They know, like, oh, that Brandy chick, whatever. Brandy's the coolest person in the world. I mean, she might be a little threatened because I'm the coolest person in the world, but hey,
But can't there be an argument made that if this person you can't let
Danielle, you know I'm cool. Don't do that.
right, but can an argument be made that if you can't let go of this person, if you're first, you have to integrate this person into our lives because they're that important. Can't the argument be made that you and this person are too close?
I think, yeah, of course, the argument can be made, but another argument can be made is look how this person would benefit isn't a threat to us, and also look how this person could benefit our relationship. Because if a dude asks me, I'm gonna give you the honest answer. Like you wrong in a relationship. Like you need to figure that out. This is what you need to do. This is what she wants. Do it. Shut up and leave me alone.
James Brown
But
on
yes, that
James
argument can be made.
James Brown on the night that Martin Luther King was killed was in a concert, and a riot ensued, and the black people were tearing up stuff, disrespecting police officers, and they were throwing bottles, and they wanted to stop the concert. And so James Brown came on stage and was able to quiet the rioters down. And from that night in 1968 until the time that James Brown died, he was a subject of CIA surveillance. The reason they said he was, and I know you're probably saying,
Because he's saying, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud."
yeah, y'all probably saying where he's going with this. But the reason that he was, the CIA determined if James Brown was powerful enough to stop a black riot, that he also must be powerful enough to start one. He's a powerful man. I think that a person, a friend in your relationship, this person want to lock his woman up in the basement, and I agree with you. I agree with
With
you,
a
bro.
chain.
Bro, different strokes for different folks, different chains for different games. You hear me? But
Oh,
I feel like if a person is that important to you, to where we have to integrate them into our life, and you have to see how great this person is, and this person could benefit us. This person could be dangerous if they start liking you and start planting seeds in you. You got to admit that that's true. Both of those
That's
things.
very true. That is very, very true. Very, very true. However, see you doing if you the person you claim to be, them seeds gonna land on some rocks, and those roots will never flourish. But if you have an inkling toward that person, and yeah, them seeds gonna sprout, baby. Sprout, baby, sprout.
So, Brandy, you're coming over to my side. Come on over to the dark side. Come on
I
over.
don't want to, never. How am I coming here?
Come
So what you
on
mean?
over to the dark
What
side.
you
You
mean?
can't force people to do something they never wanted to do in the first place.
No, I've been agree with that.
Yes, that's
I've
exactly
been
what you
agree with
just
that.
said.
That's what my mom used to tell us, that I can't make you do anything, but
But you,
my advice is that you might want to. Them seeds might land on the bed. Well, bed ain't got no soul, so
Come on here.
anyway. But no, you can't. You cannot make somebody do what they don't want to do. But again, if you don't want me to have an attitude with you, if you don't want me to be upset when you're talking to this person, then I suggest you not talk to this person. Because just like I can't make you stop being friends with them, you can't make me not be upset that you're talking to this person.
I agree.
But again, getting back to the topic, you can have single friends, but you need to know the mind of your single friends, and you need to be able to filter your single friends. It shouldn't be no boys trip every week.
I have to say this. It's easier to be, for those of us in relationships, most of our friends are singles because most people can't stand relationships. So
first of all, don't come for me.
So I'm just saying, just like there has to be a trust and a give or take, because there is not an equal balance. And I do want to see my friends in thriving relationships, but I also don't want them to be out of my life. And so when people start being great equalizers of what relationships are and being in relationships, until then, I'm going to probably have more single friends than those that are in relationships.
You were going to say something, Dr. You changed. I just realized you changed your name. You're going to say something, Doc?
Right.
Yes. Like I was thinking about like the movie Best Man.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Don't go there. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'll leave it alone.
No, go there. Go there. Go there.
Go. Ooh.
God is the joy and the strength of my life.
Because he was the only one getting married, and all his friends were single.
Uh-huh.
Should he not have been? What was Terrence Howard's character?
Bad actor? I'm sorry. I don't know. Is that
Terrence,
I don't know the character's name.
Terrence Howard's character. You know, the light skinned one with light eyes. I forgot what his name is.
He was the antagonist, yeah.
Okay. And then the one with the dreads.
Uh-huh.
Like they were all single.
Okay. Pause. But look at the difference between those two people.
Yeah.
One friend is chill, like, dude, you should do what's right. You need to think. The other one, like, hey man, let me send you this picture of Buffy the Body.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a difference.
But you notice that they're still friends today.
Correct. But they're also all married. Did you watch the rest of it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing now.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, my bad.
Right, because thanks, guys. Well, I guess I don't have to watch it now.
Well, I was gonna say something else, but let's leave it alone.
All those binge parties this weekend have been canceled. Definitely,
right.
Definitely what we will watch this weekend.
Y'all weren't gonna watch.
Don't worry about it. Everybody's married, guys. Okay, bye.
Right.
But the point of it is that he still had he had different singles. So looking
He
at
has
Terrence Howard's character, you would have said, "Oh, that can't be your friend because he's too wild." But at the end of the day, that ended up being one of his closest friends who
And
had his
people
back
Right, right.
and
people
was
so
looking
adapted
out for him the entire time.
and they
right.
adapted to the friendship.
So
Correct.
his behaviors changed. If your friend's behaviors are consistently staying the same and he's not
Great,
malleable to your current situation,
great
then
point.
no, he has I will prefer he not be around. But if he's adjusting to your new situation and he's being considerate of the situation, but if you still gonna talk about, bro, let's freak meet.
Him
What?
adjusting to my situation has nothing to do with it. I need to adjust to my situation.
Who is this
So
person?
that's that's the important thing. Like
Agreed.
Terrence can continue to be Terrence. Chev has to change who he is because Chev's the one in the relationship.
Uh-huh.
Right, but don't act like people can't lead you
Influence,
astray. Don't act like people can't plant
influence
seeds in
you.
one's minds. Don't act like not everybody is just I'm cement now. I'm married cement. I don't see anything like not everybody like that though.
I
But
agree
you're
with
acting
you.
like the friends are the only ones who can expose your spouse to
Correct.
these things because everything is all over on billboards. Everything is everywhere now. Everything is so accessible. So it's like you're acting like only the friends are capable of exposing him to this. He might be exposed to it at work. He might be exposed to it on the street. So I'm trying to
Okay.
say like
Did you
he's a
see
person
Baby
who can
Boy?
make his own mind.
Since we talk
And
about
I'm
movies, Baby Boy.
and I'm you have to explain that one. Hold on. But and I'm not disagreeing with that. A bill telling me something versus my ace telling me something, two different things. A movie telling me something versus my mama telling me something, two different things. So though you're getting exposed to stuff over and over and over, or you get exposed to stuff just throughout life, it's a different kind of exposure when it's coming from the person you trust. The Surgeon General can tell me smoking is bad. Thank you, sir. I don't even know what you look like. But if my daddy tell me smoking is bad, I'm gonna actually think about that.
Okay.
And that's just and some people don't like their daddies, so I can't say everybody's like.
That's why I was like, bad
But
example.
you get what I'm saying. It ain't no bad example.
I
Oh,
guess
girl,
no. I guess yeah. I mean, it depends on who the source is. I guess because if you know your Ace Boon Coon is a goofball, I'm probably not gonna listen to him like that.
right. And also, I feel like you have to explain boomerang in what aspect, unless somebody on here knows what boomerang. And I still didn't know this
I
baby
get
boy.
it.
Okay,
I
go
get it.
ahead.
I
Tell
get
me.
the boomerang reference. So Eddie had a huge influence. His character had a huge influence on what his friends, um, kind of what their relationships were like. There was a pivotal moment in the movie where his friends had to clock him because they had too much influence and they were too worried about what he was saying around relationships. So was um,
I
Eddie
gotta
was
watch Boomerang again.
Eddie was really pretentious, and if he saw someone's feet and if the lady's feet were ugly, he would dump them, right?
Right.
And there was a point where that kind of went into his friends' brains. Like they I don't know if y'all remember, like they were around the pool table and they were talking about the feet, and all the friends were all about that. But then one of his friends met, who ended up being, I'm not trying to spoil, but who ended up being the character that Eddie fell in love with. That was an interest for him as well, and he clocked him and he was like, look, she's a really really nice person. And I can't stand whoever commented that. She's a really nice person, and you don't deserve someone like this because all you're worried about is, and so those friends had to clock him. They had to change their perception. So it kind of goes to what we're saying. It's not about your friends, essentially. It's about the person who's ultimately making the decision to be in that space, in that relationship. That's a good. Who said the
The
boomer?
same
That's
one.
good. That was a good one.
I have no clue who said that.
That was a
I
good
think
one.
it's the same person who talks about the feet.
Right.
And
Okay.
then baby
Say
boy, the baby boy reference, Brandy, was
yes.
it went back to it's not always the friends that are influencing you, it's the outside. If there could be so many other things that could be
Of
influencing
course.
things. So that was
Your community,
like
your
it
environment. I
was
agree.
he was just picking up his girl from work, and one of the coworkers walked by and gave him a look. Like that wasn't a friend, that was an outside influence. That was the billboard per se.
Because apparently the girl's friend had told her about him and how he uses her car and da 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 da. Like, I don't think that was just some random woman walking by and it was like, oh, this dude is in a car. You know what I'm
I just
saying?
think, yeah, right. I think it was just a terrible script. I think the illusion was, I think the illusion was that they were having something beforehand. Like, yeah, I just think it was just a terribly written timeline. But for me, it was like, oh, they already had something going on, and it just happens to be the coworker.
Him and you mean he and the girl had something going on?
Right, and then
I think they did too. Agreed.
it was his girlfriend, or
Who didn't
the
know?
girlfriend's friend who didn't know, and then it was her friend who influenced her. It was like, they must be got something. Like it was that, but they already had something going on. So he went outside of his relationship prior to that, and again, it was the outside influence. I don't think any of his boys were like, go smash your girl's coworker.
Or maybe it was just some random chick that was at the club and it was like, oh man, she fine, she eyeball, go smash that. He ain't know that was a coworker. I'm just saying the scenarios. I'm just saying the scenarios. Okay. Females can't tell their friends too much.
I agree with that statement.
I agree with that statement with anybody though. You can't tell everybody everything
You
about your
can't
relationship.
tell. Yeah,
You
you
tell
can't be
everybody
telling
everything
your
about
you can't
you.
be telling your homegirl that your man be thumping it right. You can't.
That is insane. What?
That's I
This is
disagree. Because
why? Yeah.
if you
I need
tell
to
me
know.
D, if you tell me that your man hitting it right, I'm gonna be like, okay, good for you. Don't get pregnant. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I
Yeah.
wonder how that feel. Oh, I think about Sam. I'm not thinking that. Y'all need to pick better
Yes.
friends.
And that's how I am as well. Like anybody can tell me something and I'm not gonna take anything. But everybody's not like us, Brandy. Everyone doesn't have
Right.
integrity, Brandy. And
Well,
other
he was
people don't like to see you happy, Brandy.
Oh, you were being the devil's
agreed.
advocate again.
He was
I
talking
I
about
was.
see.
the
I
homegirl.
see. Because I'm like,
He was talking
why
about
would
the
you not?
homegirl. I'm sorry.
Why would you not want to talk? She was being Dr. Jackson was being the devil's advocate. So I was, because I'm like, why would you not want to talk to your friends about that? That's the fun part.
Hmm. But not everybody has integrity like that.
Understood.
Right. So I don't think he's just talking about the homegirls. I think he's talking about just anybody. You can't tell just anybody your business. But we're talking about friends.
Exactly.
We're talking about others, talking about best friends. We're talking about all that stuff. Let me ask this because we're over the 2 hour mark. But anyway, say it's your like again. We're gonna go back to like your ace boom boom like number one. Like that's your look.
That's sis.
Right. If that person is influencing your significant other in a negative light, what actions would you take?
Can you explain a little bit more for me?
Yeah, I need more elaboration.
Like, say you, Chev, you and I are we cool. We grew up together. Like I used to come over your house and torture you, type of, not coolish. You know
Oh,
what I'm
like
saying?
no, just hypothetically.
Just hypothetically,
I don't know. As for some, I see some facts in this. I don't know why.
hypothetically speaking, but we cool. We possess, we sing songs, we cook together, we got it in. You know what I'm saying? When you get married, right? And I'm telling you, first of all, y'all need to stop. Calm down. Calm down. This is hypothetical, people. Hypothetical.
Hypothetical. Y'all mind your business in Facebook
Think
land.
just mind your business. And I'm like, so I was there 25 years before this new person came in the line, right? And I'm telling you, oh, look, this person like trying to holler at you, or you should go get person. Da, 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 da. I'm like influencing you, not in the best light to be faithful in your marriage. What is your recourse, or how do you respond to that?
That is
How
a
do you keep
that's a
being
really
my
good question. Yeah, I understand the question now.
okay? Do you
I
do you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
um I for me it is, and this is a really the I understand the question, but it's a tough question because it's also a case by case, right? It
Hmm.
it is hypothetically the person that tortured me for 25 years and would protest with me, and but would also loved me unconditionally.
Right.
Um, I know is doing it in a goofy manner, right? And it's just
I see it too.
not like poking the oh she is um but I think you know people and their intentions. And so my response would be based on someone's intention. If I know someone is trying to do it out of malintent and being malicious into my relationship, then we're going to have to clock that and we're going to have a come to Jesus session.
But
But if
do you
it's
know that they're doing it with malintent though?
Did you?
absolutely, with the example, you absolutely know the energy.
Okay.
If you don't know if you don't, and I'm not talking about associates. I'm not talking about someone you
Like,
just. I'm
yeah.
talking about friends, right? I know
Hmm.
my friends, and I know my friends really, which is why I only have a few, because I tell people all the time I don't have capacity. I people say to me all the time, "Oh my gosh, I just can't wait to be your friend." And I'm like, first of all, I don't have capacity to be to be a friend to anyone else. I'm at my limit. Um, and
I don't
because
want to be.
I'm a friend. I know deeply who my friends are, and they know who I am. So I would know in this situation if there was some maliciousness behind it, and I'll have to I'll respond accordingly. But in the example of this one, I would think that she or they or whomever we're talking about, who may
Is
not be here,
joking.
may not be on the screen, um, is joking. It's just being hilarious and just being funny, and so I would act accordingly in that way.
And if said person is being dead serious,
And if that said person is being dead serious, and I would have to clock them and let them know that the energy that they are bringing does not align with mine. And I have done this before. But if you know me as a friend, you know that I'm going to check that. If I'm uncomfortable in something in our friendship, we're going to do it right then and there. Um, and that's how we maneuver through our friendship.
G.
Or I might say, just don't watch me. I'm gonna do my thing. Just kidding. Joke. Joke.
Okay. I gotta look at facial expressions. I gotta make sure. Um, because I know you. What? How would you handle it? Would you be like, would you stop being friends? Like, what would your action course of action be?
I would have to ask more questions. Like, where is this coming from? Like,
It's
I would
it's
have to ask more questions.
it's always been that way. Or you got married after. What's gonna change?
You
Nothing
say it's
changed.
always been, you say it's always
Right.
been that way? Like, they've
You
always
nothing.
had negative things to say about your significant other?
It's not that they're saying negative things. It's that they
Or always trying to
are
lead you down a path of cheating on your partner?
right, or not even cheating, but you can still do what you want to do on the side. Like, yeah, sure, you're married, whatever. They just don't. They have very little respect for the sanctity of marriage or your marriage in general. Let's just say that. I guess since I'm weighing this
I
here.
guess I don't know, because I wouldn't have that person. I don't have those type of people around me. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that
I feel
because
like
my
I would.
friends,
I feel like I would have to end that friendship.
I would too. Like because I don't have anybody around me that would do that. Like I just don't. Like none of my close friends would ever, especially since all my friends are married.
Can somebody explain this comment to me? Because I don't know what it means.
Women say that's her homegirl, but she's really eating the cake.
Oh my
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh,
That mean
oh,
they're in a
all right.
relationship?
I got it.
Okay. The fact that I don't get it.
That
That they might not have a platonic relationship. That's the nicest way to say it.
Oh,
That's the most PG way to say it.
first of all, anyway, moving on. I
That
would
just
probably
came out of left field.
that
right,
was so
like
funny.
That threw me
I would
all the way
probably
off.
just let that
Really
friendship
did.
go. Because I feel like if you haven't growed up yet, you ain't gonna never grow up. I think I'll let the situation go. But if I'm letting that situation go, I'm gonna have to replace them with somebody else. So I'm gonna have a new friend. Just so you know, man. Just so you know, boo. So anywho, okay. So do show of hands. I'm sure Ash said yes, you can have friends. Jay said no, you cannot have friends. I think that. So do you feel that a married person can have single friends?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I agree. I agree. Is there anything anybody wants to add, say that they didn't say already?
No.
Well, I thank you for joining us. I'm gonna get because it's 2 hours and 15 gosh darn minutes. That went fast as a mug. I am yeah.
Time flies when
So
we having fun.
Hello, with intelligent people that are competent. Hold on. First of all, is that KJ?
I don't
Because
know
I'm
who
coming
said
for you. Because I'm coming for you. So don't even worry about it. So
that
you
is
all up
not
in these
okay.
comments.
I don't
What you
know.
need to be commenting is the address. I'm coming for you.
Oh, somebody told me not to be naive. First of all, I did not know what you talk about because I do not think on those terms. Thank you very much. Anywho,
KJ.
she was so rude. Well, thank you for joining. Hopefully, you next week. I'm gonna put the topics up earlier than the day of because I have them already. Like I have sometime on just pop up, but I have them anyway. Thank you guys.
I look
See new
forward to these
faces.
every week.
They're great. They're great.
And I'm sure they look forward to you. She's single, so DM her and inbox her.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying he is not, so leave him be. All right, thank you. You guys have a great night. Oh, he cutting throat. Don't cut throats. And he is out of
KJ.
his little office too. Did y'all notice that he's not in his office with this red light special going on? Welcome.
I had to eat dinner.
Oh, hold on. Might have a love connection. Can
If
we
it's
get some?
Dr. Jackson, if it's KJ, don't do it. Test the
Right,
limits.
KJ ain't good for you.
Test the limits. Don't do. I'm gonna test the limits too.
Test the limits quickly.
KJ.
Well, you inbox her. Okay. Okay. So thank you. You guys have a great night. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Thank you all for joining. that went a little here, there, everywhere. I ain't gonna talk long because my internet is like wonky, and I apologize for that. But thank you for joining. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Next week, topic will be up. If you want to join, just click the link. As you can see, you can say what you want to say. Nobody's like judging you. It's just that's how you feel. That's what question time is all about. Communication, getting to know each other, having conversations, and just learning the world and how people view it. All right. Thank you for joining. See you next week. Bye bye.